Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Mental Health Matters. So I'm literally just back in my bedroom and I thought like we could just have a chit chat about getting over like being in a rut or having a really tough time, because I've been in a rut lately, having a bit of a tough time, and I thought I'd just give you some like tips and tricks of how to get out of a rut. And this is just like not scripted, this is all like coming from me right now. So if it does sound a little like out of order or a bit kind of mixed up, that's probably why. I'm not the best at talking to a camera, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. So without further ado, before I keep blabbering on, let's get into the video. So being in a rut, like what does that entail? It is different for lots of different people, so I'm just going to explain like what being in a rut for me is like. I find it really difficult to like get out of bed. I have no motivation to do things, so I don't do my uni work. I literally just have no motivation to do the basic things like washing, and it is really difficult because you feel like you're in this place and you can't get out and you're just not motivated, you can't get into a routine. I tend to go to sleep really late, like 2 or 3 a.m, and then I'll wake up really late at like 11, 12, even 1. And I just feel really down all the time, and I'm just like, what's the point? I'm not going to bother doing anything. There's no point. I've lost like motivation to do anything, so I'm gonna sit and do nothing. And it is not a great place to be in, because then I get angry at myself because I'm like, well, I've done nothing, so I've achieved nothing. But I think we all do get into ruts, and everyone suffers from time to time where they just have no motivation and they're kind of sat there and they're like, oh, what do I do? Like, I don't have the energy or motivation to do anything and I don't know how to get out of it. So I've got a few tips and tricks of how to get out of a rut. It might not work for you guys. It does work for me. Sometimes it doesn't. And I think on this channel, I just want to be honest. I'm not going to share tips and tricks that always work, because they don't. We're all human. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but it's worth sharing. I want this channel to be like 100% real. So I'm not going to sugarcoat things and come up with tips because it's one for a video and then there's 6, I can make 7. It's just like real and how I kind of get out of a rut. So tip number 1, I think, is my top tip, is just set your alarm and get out of bed. Just get out. Even if you can't be bothered, get out. Even if it takes you half an hour or an hour, just do it. And once you're out, right, make your bed so it's really, really nice. And you just got to say to yourself, do not get back in. Sometimes when I make my bed, all I want to do is get back in it. So sometimes I just strip the sheets and I'm like, I'm going to wash them today. I'm going to strip them, and then I know that I won't be able to get back into bed because I probably won't have the energy or motivation to make the bed again until I wash the sheets. So that's a really good step. Get out of bed, that's the first thing, and once you're out, you're out. The second thing I like to do is have like some breakfast, something really energising. I normally have like Weetabix or porridge, something that will give me a lot of energy to start my day. Normally I don't eat breakfast, or I might not even like wake up in time for breakfast. So I think getting out of bed and having breakfast, even if it's like 11:30, nearly 12, just have breakfast. It gives you that like fibre and that energy for the day. And then sometimes, and this varies on how I'm feeling, I like to write a to-do list, or normally I have like a mental to-do list in my head and I'm like, I'm just gonna do 3 things today. I'm not going to like challenge myself because I'm in a rut and I know I probably won't achieve it, and then I'll feel angry at myself afterwards. But it's like, I'm just going to do 3 things and that's it. So it can be like doing a load of washing, cooking something healthy to eat, because when I'm in a rut I tend not to eat healthy at all, and maybe like sending a couple of like university or work emails. And that's the 3 things I'll do, and they're really, really basic. And I know that, you know, they can be achieved, and if not, I'm not going to be hard on myself if they're not, but I'm not setting myself unrealistic goals, and that's the key. Just do not set yourself unrealistic goals, because I've been there and done that, and at the end of the day you just get really disappointed and you're just like, why haven't I done all of this? And it's like, you're having a tough time, you're in a rut. You wonder like, why haven't I done all of these tasks that I've set myself? And it's like, you're in a rut, it's just not realistic. Set yourself achievable goals. If I'm going to set myself 110 goals for the day and I'm already in a rut, I don't feel motivated and I'm not feeling great and I don't achieve them, I'm just going to feel worse. They need to be smart, realistic goals. They've got to be time sensitive, you know, they've got to be realistic and sensible, you know. I'm not going to go and run a marathon in a day. It takes time, and that's how you kind of get out of a rut. You start from square one and you work your way up. And normally about halfway through you think, actually, hey, like, I'm doing all right. It's not too bad. I'm just going to do 3 things and that's it. So it can be like doing a load of washing, cooking something healthy to eat, because when I'm in a rut I tend not to eat healthy at all, and maybe like sending a couple of like university or work emails. And that's the 3 things I'll do, and they're really basic, and I know that, you know, they can be achieved, and if not, I'm not going to be hard on myself if they're not, but I'm not setting myself unrealistic goals, and that's the key. Just do not set yourself unrealistic goals, because I've been there and done that, and at the end of the day you just get really disappointed. So getting out of bed and setting yourself at least 3 realistic tasks is one of the best things you can do for yourself. It's being realistic when you're in a rut. It's not thinking, I can do everything in the world. I'm not going to go and run a marathon in a day. It takes time, and that's how you kind of get out of a rut. You start from square one and you work your way up. And normally about halfway through you think, actually, hey, like, I'm doing all right. It's not too bad. Everyone ends up in a rut for whatever reason, and it normally helps me to write down how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling it, and just to like get it out on paper. I'm the type of person that loves to bottle up my feelings. If something bad happens to me or I'm upset, I'll be like, no, moving on, just don't have time for it. And it's really unhealthy because you don't address it, and then you do end up in a rut, or you just end up being miserable at the end of the day. So the best thing to do is to address the feelings as they come, write them down. I just write them down in a journal or in a book or a piece of paper that I have to hand. And I feel so much better because it's like I've let it out of my mind, and it's like it's on paper now. It's fine, like it's not in my mind. I feel so much better. Or, you know, sometimes I do talk to people about it, but sometimes, you know, not everyone wants to share their problems, and not everyone's a big talker and is open. So writing it down on a piece of paper or something is completely fine, or even making like a little vlog video, and not, you know, just for yourself if you're not in the mood to write. It's great because you've just kind of vented it out, and you just feel a whole lot better. And you don't feel as kind of miserable as you did before, because you've just kind of like let that weight off your shoulder, even if it's not to someone else. You've put it on paper, you've set it to a camera, and you just feel a whole lot better. And I love doing that when I'm in a rut, because you just get your feelings out, and it's like a big weight. And I like to do it before I go to bed. So I've let it all out, I've let it go. I'm leaving it behind, and I'm going to have a good sleep and hopefully wake up in a better mood tomorrow. So another really good tip and trick I have is to just allow yourself to have the day for you. Whether that means just relaxing, watching a movie, writing in your diary, eating junk food, not getting out of bed all day. Just have that day for you and call it like your you day. So you're not doing anything for anyone else, because all the time we're always like so busy with work, helping other people, running around for everyone else normally but ourselves. And sometimes you're in a rut because you've just not had enough time to allocate to yourself. You haven't rested, you haven't relaxed, and just having that day just for you can really help make a difference. And then you can say to yourself, tomorrow I'm going to wake up, I'm going to try and leave it all behind, I'm going to do my 3 things I need to do, I'm going to get out of bed, strip the bed so I don't get back in, or make the bed so I don't get back in, I'm going to do a wash and load, or just do 3 things, 3 tasks. And it will really help you. Just having a day off, replenish yourself, you'll feel like refueled, re-energized and refreshed. Another great tip and trick that I have is to put post-it notes all around my room with positive quotes, affirmations, and just kind of like really good quotes around my room, like positive vibes, so that when I wake up I'm reading really nice and positive things. They're really motivational, you know, it's like I can really do this and I can really have an accomplished day. And it's kind of just waking up on the right side of the bed, and it's feeling really good about yourself, and it's having them everywhere you go, so everywhere you look you're surrounded by positive vibes. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I'm really sorry if all the tips and tricks didn't help you, but I do hope they'll help some people. So if you know anyone that's going through a bit of a tough time, they don't have a lot of motivation, they don't really have the energy to do things, here are just a few of my tips about how to kind of get out of a rut. So it's worth sharing anyways. Even if they don't find it helpful, they can share it to someone else and that person might find it helpful. Feel free to leave down below in the comments any tips and tricks you have for getting out of a rut, and I will leave my Instagram and social media links in the description box, and you can leave some tips and tricks on my latest picture if you like, so that everyone can see all these great tips that we're all going to share about how to get out of a rut. So thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next week with another video.